set up. But when I go live from my YouTube live stream, it be tripping. Give people a chance to come on in here. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising.
Celebrity hairstylist.
Oh,
Clients like
damn. What happened?
The Hiltons, Jessica Simpson, Tracy Tudor, Kelly.
Okay. Grand rising, Curvies. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Grand rising. Trying to get to my intro. Let's see. Intro. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming in to LRGA Curves. It's raining out here in California. California. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Let's see. So let's go here. California. Nope, I want to go out. Anxiety, it's inside of me, but I see the key. It's anxiety. Oh, anxiety, staring at me. Anxiety, anxiety. Ooh, anxiety, anxiety. Anxiety. Oh my God, I just found out that my data. I love that. I love Dochi, you guys. Anxiety. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have to replay my intro. Okay, you guys, that was my intro. Thanks for coming to LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. Ring my bell, so you can get notified next time I upload a video, y'all. And so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing in the YouTube streets. Welcome to the jungle. Anyway, I'm on one this morning. I'm always on one though, you guys. I am so full of life. I love living. I love living. Life is for the living, you guys. And I love it. I love waking up. I love breathing. I love getting sunshine on my face, raindrops in my natural locks. I don't care if my hair draws up. I don't care. I love it. I love life. I'm so glad that it's Friday and I get to be alive on the 14th day of the third month of 2020 freaking 5. I wake up in complete gratitude for this moment that I get to share with you guys. I already got my Cafe Bustelo, as you know. And I also got some tea because I'm going over to Krista Marie's later. And we're going to be doing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And you know, Poorito Dorit Kimsley's name. We have been calling her Dorito, ruining Doritos for everybody. And we could have been calling her Poorito. I love Sutton. Ooh, I love an activated Sutton. I am here for it. Just like I appreciate an activated Dorit. I don't mind it at all. When you speak truth to power and you're telling the people what the truth is and you're not afraid, do it. Do it. Do it. That's what life is for. Don't hold that stuff in. You'll grow a fucking tumor. Don't hold it in. Let it out. Give it to the person that needs it. And keep it moving in peace, okay? Anyway, so Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Poorito. For seasons, we have been seeing that Poorito. For seasons, we've been seeing Poorito. Let me take this off. For seasons, we've been seeing Poorito wear all the glam, be late everywhere, taking pictures, making sure she looks perfect, making sure everything is covered, and making sure she has the very right accent. And oh my gosh, everything is just about looks. She's very Phaedra Parks, very Phaedra Parks. It's all circumstance and pomp and circumstance and looks and smoke and mirrors. There's lacks a lot of substance though. And a lot of lies tend to come out of a person's mouth when everything is just based on appearance. Have you seen that? Have you noticed that? Or am I tripping, Curvies? Am I tripping? Or is that a similar theme in people like that? You know, like the more they are into labels, the less they are in substance, like true deep down substance. So anyway, poor Rito got called out by Sutton. Sutton says she's in bankruptcy. She owes the people. The house is in foreclosure. Yet here she comes in Chanel everything. I feel like, and that's one thing about Chanel. Like, so it's part of the Chanel look. You have to wear a Chanel headband, Chanel earrings, Chanel necklace, Chanel jacket, Chanel bracelets, Chanel gloves, Chanel shirt, Chanel skirt, Chanel stockings, Chanel shoes. Like, did you notice these housewives, when they do Chanel, they go over? I thought less is more. But they nope. More is more. They act like Dapper Dan. You guys know who Dapper Dan is from the hip hop community? He's the one that made the logos go viral in like the 80s. And when people just started wearing the whole Louis Vuitton sweatsuit, the whole Gucci sweatsuit, that was Dapper Dan. That's a urban, that's black. That was because it was a sign in the black culture. Like, if you could have something that had a label on it, then you made it in a little way. But I'm here to tell you that when you have an IUL that's maximally funded and you're setting up your family for generational wealth, that's when you really, really made it, because not everybody in your family can fit in your Louis Vuitton sweatsuit, okay? But if you have your finances set up in the right way, and you specifically have an index account, that means your money participates in the stock market but doesn't take that 6.4% loss that's happened to the S&P 500 since Trump took office. So that means the S&P 500 tanked 6.4% since Trump came in. And if you have your 401k tied to an S&P strategy, let's say you had $100,000 in your S&P 401k. On January 20th, Trump took office. The shit tanked, going down 6.4%. Doesn't sound like a big number, but inflation 7%, and that always sounds loud. But all of a sudden, no, there's nothing to see here when you lost 6.4% of my retirement, bud. But do you know that $6,400? Therefore, if you had $100,000, now you only have $93,600. Did you know that? Did you know that? And then people are like, oh, I'll just make it back. Oh, the stock market will regain. But in order for you to be made whole, you have to not only get the 6.4% that you lost. So you need a 6.4% to break even. You really need more like a 12.8% so that you can make up the loss that you had. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But you guys can't live in labels is the moral of the story. So, but Dorito thinks that that's what she can do. And there have been rumors around that she returns her clothes, that she doesn't get to keep them, and that she returns clothes so much that they were like, you can't even shop here no more, lady. We're not in the habit of like renting clothes. You cannot keep on shopping here. There have been lots of rumors about Poorito's situation. Okay. And recently, another actress or somebody said that she shares a makeup artist with MUA is a makeup artist, you guys. A makeup artist with Dorito. And it's the same makeup artist that Kathy Hilton uses. Well, on Watch What Happens Live the other day, we should call it Watch What Happens lies when Poorito's on it because she was up there lying. So we're going to listen to what she said. I'm going to show you that this is the interview, but then I'm going to get off of this because I don't want to have to adjust this video.
Your response to Tracy Tudor saying that you don't pay your Glam Squad's bills and that you stalk her on Instagram.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
Do you stalk Tracy Tudor on Instagram?
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Genuinely, like wholeheartedly. There was a lot of that she said that, I don't know, it came out of left field. In particular, her talking about Chris Dillon, a makeup artist, a hairstylist rather, that I worked with this year for the first time in 8 years. And he sent an invoice overcharging me and charging me for a hotel that he had already used my card to pay for.
Okay.
And I think he was just trying to bully this invoice through, not realizing that it goes through a process, and my office flagged it. And when they had written back, this has already been paid, it was like, oh, I didn't get away with that. And obviously he needed to resend an invoice. But
okay.
Tracy going on Jeff Lewis, who is the poster child for inviting anyone that has anything to say about me.
Okay.
But her going on there and talking about something that she knows nothing about, it seems more like attention seeking than anything.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Poorito's lie. You heard her deny. You heard her even go so far as to name the man, Chris Dillon. This is Chris, y'all. This is Chris. She said Chris Dillon's a liar. And he actually tried to bamboozle her and double invoice her. But she has systems in place to make sure she doesn't overpay people. I think her real system in place is to make sure she don't pay the people at all. But everything I say is for allegedly, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes, by the way. So I feel like, hey, she must have wanted Chris to answer. And as it turns out, Chris has a TikTok. Yup, Chris has a TikTok where he decided to take 8 minutes out of his makeup artist life and respond to Poorito. Because it's lies on lies on lies, you guys. Let's see. Thanks for coming through. Mademoiselle is in the house. Poorito needs to leave the show. Yeah, it's all a facade. Yep. This has nothing going on but lies. I'm so tired of it. Marsh, fellow Bay Arean. Yay, area. Grand Rising. Thanks for coming through, Marsh. That was fun over at Nini's house yesterday. You guys, Nini Leaks has a new talk show on her YouTube channel. It was premiered yesterday. Carlos King and Michelle Atalian Brown were her guests. It was so, I've been jonesing for freaking Nini Leaks, you guys. And me and Marsh were over there supporting her. It was so nice to have her energy back in our access. Yes, Dapper Dan. To me, the person who wears all of these labels are front and right. Nothing to it. Exactly. Wearing quality fabric and materials tells the person you're rich or not. Yes. How long you are homeless? Not sure what you're talking about. I believe the guy too, mademoiselle. Anyway, let's take a listen to his response, and then we're going to get out of here. Let me know you can hear it.
Hey guys, it's Chris Dillon, celebrity hairstylist with clients like the Hiltons, Jessica Simpson, Tracy Tudor, Kelly Osbourne, Lauren Sanchez, and many more. Last night, I was accused on Watch What Happens Live by Dorit Kemsley of using her credit card without her permission to pay for a hotel room as well as invoice for the full amount, and I am here to chat about it. It's completely out of my character to come to social media and discuss an issue like this, but after it was made so publicly last night on national television and all over our community this morning, I felt like I had no other option but to come on here and speak my truth and give you a little backstory. Back in November, I was in New York City, and I was asked by Dorit if I could stay an extra 4 days to do her glam for Watch What Happens Live, as well as a photo shoot that she had taken place during her stay. Dorit offered to pay for my hotel room for the duration of our stay, which was 3 nights, 4 days. She offered to send over her credit card so I could extend my stay. However, the hotel we were staying at needed a credit card authorization form filled out since she wasn't there to do it in person. Here's our first text of the morning, and at the top you can see that I'm letting her know that I extend my stay till the 14th and that she would need to fill out the credit card authorization form in order for it to be processed. And then I also said if she just wanted to send me a photo of her credit card, I could do it myself to make it easier for her, not knowing that it would require a digital scan of her ID to be processed into the website in order for it to be complete. She sent it over, I'm thanking her, I'm letting her know the breakdown, I'm also letting her know that I'm covering incidentals, obviously, and to make sure that she clicks the one-time use option, and I'm sending her the first credit card authorization form at the bottom. This is me sending the second credit card authorization and her submitting the first credit card authorization. This is Dorit just letting me know that she did submit the second credit card authorization form, and I'm just thanking her, and she's letting me know when she's gonna be in town the next morning so I can expect her. So that was it as far as the room situations goes. We ended up having, I thought, a really great trip. We had fun, we finished our work obligations, and I was out of New York City on my way to my next work gig. 3 days after being in Miami, I did indeed get a room charge for the 3 nights that I was in New York with Dorit. So I phoned the hotel just to ask them what was going on, and they let me know that the card on file could not have been processed. So my card, being the secondary card for incidentals, was indeed charged. I just choked this up to maybe her card got declined due to a fraud alert, maybe because I would assume that she was putting her card down for her room as well, and maybe both charges for the same room and the same stay flagged something, and I just added it to my invoice along with reimbursement for her extensions and the services rendered during the trip to New York. I had this sent over to her accountant just like I always do, and then when December came, I submitted a second invoice for the jobs rendered in December that I worked with Dorit. Simultaneously, I was still working with Dorit. We actually went on a work trip to Utah. We were chatting every few days. We were working together weekly. And I was also chatting with her accountant, trying to get updates of when I'd be paid, and she...
Can you guys hear this okay? Can you guys hear this okay? Can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this okay? It's actually as loud as it can go, and I'm just hoping you guys can hear it okay. Anybody? Well, hopefully you can. I'm going to keep on letting it play.
was letting me know that she was waiting for Miss Kemsley to give her the okay to disperse payment. Cut to about 3 weeks ago when I finally just reached out to Dorit.
Thanks, mademoiselle.
And I just said, hey babe, can you simply just ask your accountant or your office to release payment to me, because it's almost been 4 months now and I still have outstanding invoices for all the services provided as well as reimbursements. And this is when Dorit told me that she had a huge issue with my invoice, and she knew it immediately the second that she received my invoice and apologized for not bringing it to my attention sooner. Dorit and I jumped on a call for 30 or 20 minutes. I happened to be at Tracy Tudor's house, so she was my witness to the call. She heard the whole thing, and Dorit basically just gave me the runaround, berated me, gaslit me, let me know that she thought that I was lying about everything. It was basically my word against hers, which that's how it goes when stuff is not in writing. I totally understand that now, and even went to the point of asking me if I was coherent or right in the head, and ended the phone call by saying that my balance will be paid in full and that we would never be working together again, and hung up on me. I think after hearing that conversation and seeing how shaken up I was about it, this is when Tracy Tudor stepped in and felt like she was compelled to defend me when she went onto a radio show and discussed Dorit and her non-payment. Last week was the last time that we spoke together. It was a text from Dorit saying that her credit card was indeed charged for my room charges, and she sent me the bank statements of them being processed on December 9th. I then immediately went to my Amex account and I saw that the room charge that I had been charged was deleted and removed from my statement. So I immediately sent a sincere apology, you guys could read it right here, and sent her an updated invoice removing the room charge immediately. This is when Dorit keeps going on and on, saying that I used her card without her permission and that I called the hotel myself and I demanded that they remove the charge from my card and charge her card without her permission. I would never do that. I have such a great relationship with this specific hotel. I know them so well. I just would simply never do that. And during this moment, I thought that I still had the charge on my account, which is why it was still on my invoice. I didn't know this until it was brought to my attention. Had she brought this up 4 months ago when she first found out and had the big issue with it, I would have immediately taken care of it and taken it off of my invoice and submitted a new one. Here's our final text where I just finally backed down and just wrote out simply everything that was owed. I even took another $1,000 off of a day rate that she said that she never agreed to and that I inflated. And I just, at this point, wanted to get paid for something because it felt like I wasn't going to get paid and it was just going to be a continuous back and forth. At the end of the day, this is also my livelihood, you know, I have a family to take care of, I have bills to pay. I was waiting months on end to be paid and I was giving her grace by allowing her to just keep procrastinating, and I wasn't getting anything in return. She said to send it to her office, and that's what I did, expecting to be paid within 24 hours, 2 days later. So again, as I said in the beginning, I'm not one to come on social media and bring something like this to light, but I felt like I had no other way to just share my side of the story after being dragged on TV by Dorit. And I just think that us as glam people really need to stick together and share our stories with each other, because I know that I'm not the first service provider that something like this has happened to, or that has been late on payments with specific clients. And I don't think that it's fair. We all are making a living and supporting our families and, you know, just out here trying to not only do a good job and make our clients look good, but do a great job in life and be successful just like we are intended to be. When it comes down to it, I would never steal anyone's card. I would never use it without their permission. I would never try to double charge. And most importantly, I would never bully somebody into trying to pay an invoice that I did not think was right. I was so taken aback by that comment, and the word bully just really set me over the edge, because that's simply just not me, and I am hurt by the situation, but I have a lot of clarity, and I will definitely move differently forward, and I hope that this inspires all of you too as well. So thanks for listening. I know it was a lot, but I just wanted to clear the air, and the only way I felt possible to do that was to provide specific receipts and just explain the situation as it went down, since I wasn't there to defend myself. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Chris Dillon, celebrity hairstylist with clients like the...
So that was Chris Dillon's side. What are your guys' thoughts? Hey, Breed May. Well, we were just listening to Poorito lie. Poorito was on Watch What Happens Live and lied on this makeup artist.
To Tracy Tudor, saying that you don't pay your Glam Squad's bills and that you stalk her on Instagram.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
You stalk Tracy Tudor on Instagram?
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Genuinely.
Is it? Well, then we listened to Chris Dillon.
Jessica Simpson, Tracy Tudor, Kelly Osbourne, Lauren Sanchez, and many more. Last night, I was accused on Watch What Happens Live by Dorit Kemsley of using her credit card without her permission to pay for a hotel room, as well as invoice.
And then we had his response. So I was just bringing it to you. His name is Chris Dillon. He's over here on TikTok. And yesterday, he responded to Dorit because of Watch What Happens Live appearance, where she called him a liar and said that he committed credit card fraud by... and then tried to double bill her. So he had to show all the receipts from Poorito where she's a liar face and there was a big misunderstanding. And then, in fact, she hadn't paid him for 4 months. And yeah, so that's what we were looking at this morning. It wasn't a lot. But we will be going ahead and reviewing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills later. Me and Krista Marie later on today. So make sure you guys have your bells rung because I'm going to stream it simultaneously over here so you guys can get our thoughts on that. But this is some behind the scenes tea about Poorito. So that means Suttons moniker for Poorito is perfect. She's Poorito. She doesn't even pay her makeup artist for those extensions after she gets made up and makes everybody else wait for her. And then she's not even paying the people that made her up and made her late. Poorito, Poorito, Poorito. Anyway, that's why she was so mad and had to get up, because she knew she wasn't paying people. Hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. Anyway, you guys. Reality Diamond. Hey, babe. Mademoiselle says Poorito is pathetic. People have been talking about her and PK not paying their bills for 7 years, right? Exactly. Reality Diamond says, no wonder why Dorito and Erica are friends, right? Both accuse people of stealing rather than admitting they can't afford to pay. Oh my God, that's a good one. Yes, Poorito and the Hustler. Yep. Well, no, the Hustler was Tom and the housewife was her. Remember the Hustler and the housewife? Anyway, I suspect Sutton knew about this in other instances, which is why she doesn't feel bad about calling her Poorito. Exactly. You know, real rich people know when fake rich people are faking. Real rich people know the fake rich people's business all the time. There's always like that one or two businessmen that knew the other guy was all in debt and had borrowed all the money, and everybody else, it was just like a shell game. He was just borrowing from this person to pay that, to do this, and then the family finds out they have $0 because it was all borrowed because they were Pooritos. Yes, very true, you guys. I don't want to keep you long on this Friday morning. Like I said, it's raining out here in California. It rained all night. Ooh, I sleep good in the rain. There was a flash flood yesterday. Oh my gosh. And the hail came. My kids were like, oh my gosh. I was like, what's that sound? I thought freaking helicopters were landing on top of Coles. And it was freaking hailstorm, you guys, at like, what time was it? It was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. And I was like, what is that sound? It sounded like a fleet of helicopters or freaking big ass army planes were flying over, and it was hail. Oh my gosh. I came outside. It looked like a winter fucking wonderland in the parking lot of Kohl's. All the cars had white. The ground was white with hail, you guys. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah. Anyway, you guys make it the day you deserve, which is a great day. You guys deserve to have a great day. You know why? Because you're fucking awesome. You're here. You're necessary. You are a requirement in this time-space continuum, and you are a requirement. Your light is required for the ascension of us all. You are in the perfect place. Every breath you take is a blessing to everybody else around you because you are here and we love you here. Okay? So make sure you go out and get some because there's enough to go around. Okay? Be the light that you are. Shine bright like a diamond, like Reality Diamond. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through. Smash my buttons, ring my bell, and I'll see you in the next video.